responded after 9/11 because they recognized that some people did something and that all of us were starting to lose access to our civil
What I am
liberties.
saying is common sense. You're a visitor. You're not even an American. You're a foreign national. You're here because we gave you a visa to be here temporarily, and now you're out there defending and supporting Hamas, a terrorist organization. You need to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not shocked because we know that the president oftentimes resorts to very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic, racist rhetoric when he is trying to scapegoat.
Wait, what did she just say? Welcome back, folks. Representative Ilhan Omar, with a nonchalant tone, drops a line like, "Some people did something." The delivery alone, it rubs people the wrong way. Congress shouldn't keep such people, for crying out loud. This is a visitor America has been nothing but good to, and here she is defending a cruel terrorist organization and speaking ill of Donald Trump. America isn't safe with such a person, and it's enough to make a crowd chant, "Send her back." You can hear it building, voices rising, and the crowd reacting loudly. To be honest, this moment taps into something bigger for a lot of people watching. It feels like a pattern, leaders criticizing the country while still operating within it. As one line puts it, tone matters just as much as truth. And now, here comes Senator John Kennedy. If you know Kennedy, you already know what's coming. No fluff, no filter. He steps in and goes straight to the point. The kind of delivery that cuts through the noise. Stay with me. Like, subscribe, and share.
Frankly, I don't know why the president felt the need to tweet on this subject at all. You know, when you argue with a fool, you just prove there are two. And I consider Congresswoman Omar, Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, Congresswoman Tlaib, Congresswoman Presley, I think is her name. They call themselves the Squad. I consider them to be fools. They hate America. They think America was wicked in its origins, and it's even more wicked today. They ought to be thanking America instead of calling America evil and wicked and racist. But this is America, and they have the right to their opinion. But I don't like to see the president even dignify their point of view. Besides that, I think that the Squad, as they call themselves, they are destroying the Democratic Party. You know, when your opponent is screwing up, don't interrupt him. Let him go. I mean, just looking at this from a political standpoint, if I didn't know better, I would think the members of the Squad were GOP plants. I mean, they think that illegal immigration, socialism, higher taxes, abortion are all moral goods. They think America, Israel, free enterprise are moral bads. That's not what most Americans believe. And that's kind of where I am on the subject. The president has explained his position. He has said, look, here's what I meant. If you're not happy living in America.
Omar laughed that Americans speak of al-Qaeda in a menacing tone and remarked that you don't say America with this intensity. You say al-Qaeda makes you proud. Al-Qaeda makes you proud. You don't speak that way about America. And at a press conference just this week, when asked whether she supported al-Qaeda, that's our enemy. That's our enemy. They are a very serious problem that we take care of, but they always seem to come along somewhere. She refused to answer. She didn't want to give an answer to that question. Omar blamed the United States for the crisis in Venezuela. I mean, think of that one. And she looks down with contempt on the hard-working Americans, saying that ignorance is pervasive in many parts of this country. And obviously and importantly, Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semitic screeds.
Some people did something, said a freshman congresswoman from Minnesota, to support and justify the creation of CARE. Today I am here to respond to you exactly who did what to whom. Madam, objectively speaking, we know who and what was done. There is no uncertainty about that. Why your confusion? On that day, 19 Islamic terrorist members of al-Qaeda killed over 3,000 people and caused billions of dollars of economic damage. Is that clear? But as to whom? I was attacked. Your relatives and friends were attacked. Our constitutional freedoms were attacked. And our nation's founding on Judeo-Christian principles were attacked. That's what some people did. Got that now? We are here today, Congresswoman, to tell you and the squad just who did what to whom. Show respect in honoring them, please. American patriotism in your position demand it. For God and country, amen.
This is the part where everything stops feeling like politics and starts sounding like a reality check. When that 9/11 family member pushes back with that raw, emotional clarity, it cuts straight through the noise. No spin, no talking points, just truth hitting the room all at once. And then Senator John Kennedy steps in and doesn't soften anything. He calls it exactly how he sees it. No dressing it up, no trying to win approval. Some people will say it's harsh, but his whole point is simple. When you're in a position representing the country, your words and what you defend actually matter. What really lands here is how he flips the focus. Instead of getting lost in headlines or media framing, he points straight at the pattern, statements, past comments, and the bigger message they send. That's why it hits so hard. It's not just opinion. It's him lining things up and letting people draw their own conclusions. And that's the tension in this moment. Is this too blunt? Or is it exactly the kind of accountability people feel has been missing?